Welcome to Rustoria Base Invaders. How's it going, everybody? I'm Bigfoot. I'm here alongside Griffin. How you doing, Griffin?
I'm all right today. How about you?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. Looking forward to getting into the action. We've got our heavy scientist standing on the scaffold here. There's a couple of bases nearby. Bases all over the map. Quite a lot around Dome, but it's also kind of connected to launch site and military tunnel. So a lot over on that west side.
Absolutely. They're definitely a lot more spread out along the left side, unlike sort of past events where it's been one really large cluster with multiple bases very interloping with the bubbles. But it looks like they've spread out a little bit more this run, and I'm excited to see how this is going to play out.
We do have the hard point here. I think there's only about two bases really close. Well, there's two bases really close, but right next to one of them, there's actually like a circle of three little triangular bases.
Yeah.
Next to hard point. So hard point could be kicking off quite a lot soon.
I'm hoping for a lot of action on the hard point. It looks like Mayday is taking the lead with the first 2 points, getting ahead of everyone else, early competition. And it looks like Mayday and Kilka are fighting over the hard point right now, fighting for those points.
And there will be the Kraken team coming in as well, because they've got a base real close. Shots getting fired. 95-degree does get taken down, yeah.
First Kilka member definitely goes down. And it looks like there's another one running to back him up with a Kraken member entering the hard point now. Coco Jamba heading in.
So you got to be the only team standing in the hard point to get those points on the board. So now there's 3 teams. It's going to be that last one standing. It's 2 points every 30 seconds. Kraken coming out on top. So.
Yep. And it looks like a Mayday member is headed in right now. 2 Mayday members going in to intercept that Kraken member, try to take that hard point. It's like the Call of Duty game mode. Only one team can rule.
Kraken's base real close by, though. They can get reinforcements in, but right now it is just Coco Jamba. Wizard out on one edge, Triple One out on the other. I think some shots coming in from the distance.
It does look like they are going. It does look like they are going to work in towards and try to close in on the Kraken member and sort of, encage him. But it looks like he's got a teammate, Casper, coming in to help him out, help fight these 2 members.
Yeah, here's that reinforcement I was talking about. It shouldn't be too hard for their teammates to come in. I think they do have the closest base. And the other teams you see coming in, their base is in a really congested neighborhood, so it's not quite so easy for them just to run out and run back to the hard point, as it is for the Kraken base being pretty much by themselves. Here's another one. FD, I'm English, but will get taken down straight away. I'm not even sure if they had a kit on them or not there.
Didn't look like it.
Casper made quick work of them.
Absolutely. And it looks like Kraken is taking control of the hard point.
It's just that mummy, the mummy underwear throws it off. Looking at the leaderboard, it's just small amounts at the minute. It's still single digits, 5 for Mayday. There's nothing in it just yet.
No.
Have a little bit more of a look around this map. You can see there's some sparsely populated neighborhoods, some densely populated neighborhoods. You can see, southwest of Hardpoint, you can see those 3 bases I was talking about right next to each other. First attack heli is out, though.
Yeah, off in the distance is the attack heli. It looks like Kilka is going to be trying to take that down early. And it looks like securing those crates obviously does give you some points. I'm unfamiliar of the exact amount, but I know it does definitely give you that advantage. Plus, they're also green military crates. That's a big chunk of loot for your team.
So it's 5 points per box if you get the first touch. Joker's nearly taken down, and we got Toulouse coming in as well. And the attack heli is going down right in the ocean.
Down the water.
They're not going to be flaming those crates. It's just going to be first one to dive in and get it wins. But so Joker's healed back up. Does know there's 2 players. Then we got Mers and Glitter. I played with Mers a couple of weeks ago. Right, Mers, good luck. Not biased at all.
Not biased in the slightest. There's a 1v2 for the first touch on that crate, and it looks like Joker is on about what 15 health there, and
Yeah, just
Mars
trying
is
to run
chasing
away.
after him.
Oh, another wall goes down. Go on, Miz. Easy.
And Toulouse takes that 2v1.
Yeah, nice. They shouldn't have too much trouble getting those crates out of the water now, man. And there's a heli there. Clee's going to see that. I think that was a Joker's heli. I wonder if they saw that. It looks like they're going straight out of the water, though. I can't see any of the players around, so there's going to be 20 points on the Toulouse, and that will shoot them straight ahead. Not even in the top 10 right now, but I'll put them right in first place pretty much. Kraken, though, looks like they're probably having a good time holding down the hard point. They're the first team to hit double digits right now, so maybe they've been getting some kills. Maybe had a couple of those 2-point every 30 seconds from the hard point as well. Toulouse going to go down, dive, get those crates. Can't see anyone stopping them either. And there's 2 helis in this area. Maybe they don't need to see the other one.
That one surprised me. All right, Team Dolg. Got a solid compound up with looks like 2 airlock gates. Could be 3 on the other side. Different size peaks all around, pretty good. You see the walls. I don't know how they're supposed to get to those windows. Doesn't look like they've put up any kind of jump up to get up to the windows. But yeah, it looks like those top windows, bar windows up there are kind of useless. They have no way of getting up to them as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I wonder if they're just not finished or they're just going to leave the base like that. Seen a lot of players playing with these open rooftops recently, and like they rely on the turrets to protect their beds on the rooftops. But sometimes it works out quite well for fast base defenses. But other times, like you can lose that spawn point, lose the beds, turrets get taken down, and roof control's completely gone.
Oh, it looks like these guys are off to a bad start with Team PIR Pure. It looks like it's just getting roof camped at this point. Farmed for points. Doesn't look like they were able to finish off their compound. Everything is still stone, and one of the walls is missing. Yeah. Team Lane here is just farming the beds. Leninanok, there we go. It's just farming the beds. Like they got absolutely dunked on in the first 5 minutes here. And it's definitely gonna be hard to make a comeback.
You can actually completely ruin someone's entire base Invaders event by hassling them at this early point in the game like this, getting on their base in the attack phase, stopping them leaving their base, farming the kills up, and then what you can do is have a couple team members out there getting the boom ready, and the minute the raid period starts, you can be raiding straight away. And even if you don't get that TC, the team has been held back for the whole of the attack period, and having that raid early on can be such a nuisance. So they're not going to keep on hassling them, I think.
Absolutely. Obviously, it's 3 points, right? Ooh. Leninanog member goes down, but it looks like there's one there to intercept. He's probably going to try and grab that AK. Oh, he just doesn't grab it fast enough. And Pure looks like almost completely removed from the base. There's one last member inside, but it looks like Leninanog is going to... I think I got a little bit confused there. Sorry, it looks like this is Pure's base and Leninanog is controlling it. But it looks
their
like
only spawn point,
yeah, absolutely.
That's a nightmare if that's their only spawn point.
Definitely, it looks like that is it might be the only spawn point, but there's only 3 beds there. I think they're absolutely. I don't know. It's definitely going to be a hard push to get their base back if they can.
It's a kill streak for one of the Knock players as well. Going back to the hard point, we see many G's clan.
Multi-G is currently holding down the hard point with one guy.
3 points behind Kraken on the leaderboard as well. So another 30 seconds or a minute there, and that's going to be right at the top. They don't want to be leaving it. Kraken, like we said though earlier on, that the base is right close, so they'll probably be down again soon. But see a couple more many G members over there next to the Kraken base. Kukuska goes down.
There's definitely a bit of a scrimmage war over there, obviously trying to farm each other for early points. But I can't believe that they would leave the hard point unattended. I can't believe it's being held down by one member of one team, and that's catapulted them into first place.
We have that triple neighborhood as well. I was saying earlier on, if you want to be getting to the point, but you're in that triple neighborhood, a nightmare because you can't quite leave your base just so easily, and can see that that little triangular bases that they're arguing over the land and fight so much they're not really making it down to the hard point. Now you got G quadruple, quintuple, however many that is, G's outside the Kraken base, stopping Kraken get down to the hard point. So the one many G player down there is actually just going to easily farm up those points now. 5 points ahead of Kraken, getting some kills outside their base as well. Completely controlling the area.
It's a very, very hard fight to have these two other bases around you, because obviously it takes some time to get out of the base, even if you can, with AK sprays going off everywhere, and you can hear the bullets hitting each other. They've walled up, and it looks like they're trying to heal, but this could be a 1v1 with Coco Gemma and Nikita.
Yeah, Coco Gemma did manage to take one of the players down, but Nikita's going to try and avenge that kill, but Kukuska's there right now as well.
2v1.
does go down. Nikita just needs to find Coco as well, but now Toxical coming down from the right-hand side as well. It's going to be a 2v1 on the peaks. Nikita gets one shot in the Toxical.
So far, Nikita's taken down one member, but it looks like 3 have come back to reinforce. I don't know how Nikita is going to handle the situation.
Making a funnel, a little bit of a cheeky funnel.
I mean, that's a good peak considering all they have to do is run past. Oh, Nikita swings out, kills one Kraken member. 2 remain.
Very low health. So Coco's trying to make this push in extremely fast. I think Nikita will go down. Coco Gemma goes down. The cover coming in from afar. Coming in clutch and saving Nikita, but now Nikita will fall to Toxical. The trade's coming in thick and fast, but the cover still coming in from the hard point. Baseball racking up those hard point points and sending cover over to the fellow teammates. Down to 53 HP on the peak, though.
I don't know. I'm very, empathetic for Nikita. That was one hell of a way to go down, considering Nikita fought to the very end, destroying the teammates and racking up as many points as they absolutely could. And it looks like there's now a scramble for the different bodies. GGG heading in with Kraken. And he immediately goes down. 5v1. There was no shot that was happening. I watched 4 guys pull out AKs and just dink them in the head. Done.
Is that? Do you reckon that? I think that spawn platforms from the G's as well.
Hey,
it's not even raid phase.
Not even
early. Just a hassle Kraken.
That's a bit of a jerk move, just to put down a spawn platform that early. Really? There's no points. But... You're at the LA Once base, or Once, whatever you want to call it. Looks like Mayday is trying to go deep on it, try to get some early kills. Looks like it's going to be a 2v1. Oh, never mind. Reinforcements have arrived. It is a 2v2. 2 Mayday members versus 2 LA Once members, and the gate is closed. And I'm excited to see. Oh, first AK shots are fired. Doggy goes down, but so does one of the Mayday members. Here's 1-1-1 versus Foxy. Foxy on the lower health, both of them taking some time to heal up. LA Once comes out through the gate. Looks like he's going to try and help reinforce his teammate, and 1-1-1 is pulling back to other reinforcements. Oh!
Ooh,
AK beams out. Resin up the teammate there.
Yeah, I think Rez is going to come in, but Mayday not quite having the same amount of numbers. Just keeping that distance back. They can't really push the 4 players when they're only a duo. Got Foxy making a peek, Thompson making a peek out. Some shots into Thompson.
Yeah. Looks like they're using whatever they can to try and get this Mayday member out. They don't want to get farmed this early.
Ooh, nice shots. Walos goes down.
Absolutely. Mayday 1-1-1. Ping. Ooh.
Oof. Good trade. Thompson. Another one. Triple one on 50 HP. Thompson needs to make that push. Oh, shots from the roof, I think. Or from behind the flank. Yeah, nice. Lowen's getting control of their base again. It must be really annoying having those players right on your doorstep hassling you, but they've got them down now. But this neighborhood is just so densely populated. This is not going to be an end to this fight. It's going to keep on going until the raid period, until one of these teams does actually get taken out. This is going to be a really interesting area, this little triangular bases, once that raid period ticks over about 60 minutes time.
At some point, they're just going to start running out of gear. Then it's going to be a fist fight to see who can pick up a quick gear set off of some guy and then rock it. I'm worried about, gear sets and how they're going to be able to recover. Looking over here, we have the...
Are that sleeping bags?
Actual? Oh. Oh.
What?
They can spawn just about anywhere, I guess.
Oh my days, that's too many. That's
Is-
too keen. That's just too keen.
I mean, they've got like a perfect circle around both bases. I can't even tell whose is whose.
Yeah, these crates aren't flaming. No one's on them yet. Dog's gonna make this push out. Yeah,
Looks
they
like
can just get in there straight away. As long as they don't get shot down, that's an easy 25 points, I think. Yeah, maybe it's a bug. Maybe we can't see it. But Dog, they're pretty much up in the crate area. And just to the other side, we've got to have Lenina Knock going to be covering from the rooftop, but also making the push through the field. So it's going to be a fight for these crates. But I think this Dog player is going to be able to get some walls down. I do see some flames on the crate. Yeah, it was a bit of a bug. It had just gone down, so they should have been flaming.
A little bit of a visual glitch. You see Dolg trying to beam up anybody who's coming anywhere near him. Looks like he's going for a long shot on Lenina Knock.
And if any of them go down, they've got plenty of sleeping bags. They can just run straight back over. They're in the wrong spot though, innit? They need if they had sleeping if they did more sleeping bags. See, that's the thing. There's not enough sleeping bags, because if they had more and just stretched out a few more feet, then they would actually have spawns right on the boxes.
I couldn't agree more. I think we need more sleeping bags. I don't think there's enough there. See Lenina Nog get long shotted by a Dolg member and down by a wall. It looks like his teammate is gonna try and run over, get a quick res so he can get back in the fight. Wall's up. Back on the crate.
Oh my days!
Looks like
the Bastardos are here. Look at that! The running in. Lenina Knock were being held back so well by Dolg, and I think Dolg got a little bit distracted, and now it seems like the Bastards have control of these flaming crates, but for how long? Two teams going to maybe try and contest them for this. Just Better needs to make a bit of a push, I think.
From what we could see, they only sent 2 members, and there's 2 full teams with bases next to these crates. I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. Bastard beams towards Lenina Nog. Looks like they're going to make a play for the crates, but they're still on fire. I don't know what they're doing.
We can't see the flames, but we can see them get flamed when they walk close. So we can see that they are still burning. The spray's coming in from the Lenina Knock and Dolg. Both teams trying to stop the Bastards get hold of these crates. Dolg looking like they're thinking about making a push back in, as the Bastards are pushed back a little bit.
Kraken coming in for a bit of a fourth party here. These are the 2 people that we've seen pretty much in every fight that has involved Kraken, which is Coco Gemma and Casper. And it looks like they're the offense for this team, and it looks like they're going to try to pick up those 25 points on those crates.
So we now have 4 Bastards go down. So I was about to say we have 4 teams in the vying for these crates, but I think with Bastards out of the mix, it's still back down at 3 teams. But yeah, Coco and Casper making that move in. We did see them fight quite a lot earlier on. You're all right. They come from one of the bases right next to the hull point, so they've made their way over to this helicopter to try and get these points. Lenina Knock and Dolg still contesting it. 2 Lenina Knock players getting taken down. One goes down and one extremely low, but just better spraying Casper.
Wow, Casper making one hell of a desperate play. How is he alive? Oh, you can see the AK shots just firing at him, and he's alive. He made it out.
Having a quick lunch break, snacking on his corn. These crates still not claimed, but Casper so close to the boxes, I do think they might be able to get it. The Lenina Knock and Dolg not managed to make headway on moving over to these crates.
Yeah, it looks like...
Go ahead.
Sorry. It looks like Lenina Knock is still trying to, get rid of these 2 teams that are still contesting for the crate. You can see Bastards coming in a little bit on the left side there. Yeah, Dolg and Lenina Knock obviously fighting from their base and from different walls that they've placed around the area. You can hopefully, I'm really hoping that we see those sleeping bags come into place, and we just see like Dolg or Lenina Knock players just start like spawning on top of bodies. I think that would be amazing. And definitely some good plays. You can see Kraken up on the hill there, Lenina Knock from their base, and Bastards on their right here, coming from their own base. So it's definitely one hell of an arms race to get to these crates.
I think that's the first angle I've had on this. First time I've seen this angle, so I didn't realize Bastard's base was quite so close. I haven't finished their compound yet, though. They've only got 11 minutes left of attack phase. They might want to finish their compound before the raid period starts, but right now they seem to be focused on this crate like everyone else in this area. Coco Jamba still holding it down from the walls, but not able to make the push to the actual crates. But the crates, like, they must be pretty much ready to grab. So
Looks like all the
make this
fires
push in now. Unless it's still bugged, but they must be out by now. Coco's just got to make this push down and grab them. Just get the points. All you got to do is touch it. Just run there, touch it. 25 points. Easy. I say while there's 4 teams spraying down on you.
Definitely an easy feat. Looks like he's just racking up to about 100 health, and he'll probably do a dash. But Bastards is definitely going to want to finish that compound. I'm a little bit worried considering that the C4, the remote C4 has not been removed from the loot table, and somebody can just run in and destroy every foundation they have without ever triggering a raid bubble.
Yeah, we did it. I played a couple of weeks ago in that exact week, the first week it came out, and you could, without triggering the raid marker on the map, you can cover someone's entire surrounding foundations, like they're out of foundations with C4, and just blast them all in one go. It's insane.
It is. Looks like Kraken is going to try and make a move for those crates. Yeah, Casper running down right now. Let's see.
Casper, get those points. Kraken's points going to go right up. Are they? So they're already first. Yep. Easy
Looks like
points.
He's got one.
76 points on the board. Still 100 HP.
I'm anxious. I'm wondering if the crates are actually gone because I saw him clip a little bit through them. Oh, and he goes down with a good spray.
Yeah, it is the Bastards. So Casper's got 1 or 2 crates, but the Bastards making their way in right now. Still not bothered about their compound, just trying to get this PvP and get these crates, get those points. Lenina Knock, I think it was Lenina Knock that took down the heli, I'm not sure, but they seem to have control. When we first got here, Lenina Knock had the most control, but there's just been so many people sticking into this. Lenina Knock haven't been able to make it back over to the crates. Dog haven't been able to make it over to the crates.
And
yeah, most of them all probably touched. The Kraken's points did shoot right up. But there's still loot to be got. There's also Casper's body, so someone still want to get down there, and if they can't grab the points from the crates, if they have all been claimed by Casper, there's at least a whole bunch of loot to be grabbed. Here we have
Bastards making a play. And if you missed it, there was an alert. Another patrol heli is now inbound. We could see another big, huge contest for this next patrol heli, and I'm excited to see that huge fight outbreak. But it does not look like the crates are still in play. It looks like they have been touched. And Bastard is now making his escape.
Here's the other heli, yeah.
Here's another heli. You can see people already destroying it. It looks like 2 loose is going to be taking the first offense against this patrol heli. They are not missing.
That's going to be 2 helis for 2 loose. That's good, man. They're going to be happy with that if they can get this one down. But there probably will be someone over to come try and take it off them. But it's a really good place to take it down when you take it away from the base, away from spawn points that people already have, where they can re-loot, come back out and fight you again. Like we saw how much chaos happened when that heli was taken down in that neighborhood. So taking it out down in the middle of nowhere, just using your walls, is probably a much better idea. Mers and Largent has got. They know what they're doing, but now it's marked on the map. Probably won't be too long till someone flies or runs over trying to contest it, but we'll see.
And as far as I could tell, it doesn't look like there's too many bases around this area, but it looks like Toulouse so far doesn't have any contests. I don't see any minis, any scrappies, any people running in.
Ooh, but there's one Lenina Knock player, the Nukes. Are they coming over to contest this? Could be. Some walls probably going to go down from the side of Mers. Oh, and the Fnatic players. See, it's not long until players start coming in, but how much gear they got? Yep, they're geared up. But taken down straight away. Mers isn't having... Get those walls down and see what you can do about the Nooks. Seems like it might be secured for a little while longer.
Toulouse is having none of that. It looks like he's going to have an opportunity to... Linux getting a flank on him coming up the hill. He's got a completely clear shot on him. I'm waiting for the beam. Looks like he's got a shot, and it looks like he's taking a stealthy route rather than immediately pressing onto them, but it looks like Toulouse is now running up the hill towards Lennox. And
No way,
Lennox,
yeah. Nice. No way, the nukes
did
gets
he?
both of them. He takes them both out, down to 13 HP,
What
but
up?
out on top with a 2k. Easy steal, but is there a spawn point for Mers? Toulouse? Did they put any bags down over where they landed their
One
heli or
did.
put the walls down?
One man put a bag down just before he died. He has an opportunity to make a play. If he can respawn, get a body, he's got a shot at reclaiming this heli. It looks like Linux has now placed down a bag and is swelling up and getting ready to sort of reinforce this heli. And obviously you can see him peeking. He's placed down bags. It looks like he's either bagged in one of his friends or has another bag placed by another team. Because placing two bags in the same spot is ultimately useless. They say they share the same timer.
Chatu's, their base is right next to this. They could just send the whole squad down and steal this entire heli. It's completely worth it, but they don't seem interested. They just seem they're doing something over there. Maybe there was some shots fired. Maybe they had a player on their doorstep, but they really should just rush down and take this heli right now. But it doesn't seem they want any of that smoke. The nuke's still the only player here, looking like it's a pretty easy protect. I think he does know which angle that someone's going to be coming from if they do come. So taking a good angle with that wall, but a little while to wait till these crates stop burning.
Absolutely. And focusing on a little bit of a different space to play in, we see a bunch of different bases. So we see VG getting a little bit of a flank on Ben. Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Bednyagi. There we go. And it looks like this is almost looks abandoned considering how little people are in that base, but it looks like Umka's base. As they are rotating out of the base.
I wonder if the PIR team is still being hassled. You know, that we had that PIR team that had that team inside their base at the start.
I doubt
the raid phase is about to start. We've got 3 minutes 51 seconds until the raid phase. So if anyone's actually already door camping or like roof camping another team, they're gonna have a really good advantage at the start of this raid phase coming up. A lot of fights going on right here, but it's all outside in the fields. No one's really made it into anyone else's base just yet, but it is possible that one of these teams outside of their bases are carrying boom ready to go. We do see a spawn platform and boxes down. This might be preparations for an early raid from the Bednyagi team.
Absolutely.
One of them does go down, but will get rezzed, I think.
Take out the competition before it can even start. Absolutely. It's a good play. But we can see multiple different teams trying to contest this. We see VG trying to get a flank on the Umka base, and we see Benyagi? I don't know, man. Obviously setting up a raid platform, and they're going to try and contest. These two teams are looking like trying to contest these bases early.
Mers from Toulouse has just got onto a kill streak. I don't know if that is a retake of the heli or not, but it's being taken out down by the heli, getting some kills wherever they are right now.
Absolutely. And we see Kraken with 112 points, first team to break triple digits in the lead currently.
So Hardpoint's only got a few minutes left. Looks like Kraken are dominating it again. That might be part of the reason they're on 114 points. But now the attack phase is finishing up. They're not going to be able to get any points in this hard point. So they might want to be thinking about going back to their base, grabbing their boom and getting an early raid going. There is such a busy neighborhood for them. If they just wait for that Mayday neighborhood, Mayday, Lance, etc. to start fighting each other, they could just niche in. Probably get a really good counter going. There's also other bases, a lot of bases nearby. This whole area around Dome, launch site, military tunnels. There's so many bases around here. So this is going to be an extremely heated area once that raid phase does start. And we got a Leninanok player on a kill streak too. So there's some good PvP going up. Those scores getting quite high for some teams. Got a couple of teams nearly hitting triple digits, but Kraken pretty solid lead.
Absolutely. We zoom back in on this little triangle, which I'm very excited to see. Obviously, the raid that's going to go down between these three teams. We can already see that giant maze of walls that often occurs in these close encounters, and a lot of them. If you look at their compounds, FT has obviously made some mistakes, and I'm wondering if there is a spot where they can either crouch jump or boost inside the base without touching those barbed wires. And I'm wondering if that will come into play at all.
Have a look at these 3 bases, like just the size of them. Which one do you think is going to stand the longest?
I think that Mayday currently has the best chance. They have good peaks. So far, their players have been pretty solid. They've been contesting the hard point, and all in all, I think they are the best team out of those 3. But anything could happen.
Yeah, it's probably the chunkiest base as well, like the fattest.
Most honeycomb, yeah.
Yeah. But it's also the closest to Kraken, if Kraken do come in the back door. So that could mean something.
They could absolutely just kick in the door from behind, and all of a sudden Mayday's out of the competition. That is an absolutely viable option. But LA once making a play on the Mayday spraying down anyone in their sight. And we see
Only
an FT
32
member
seconds
goes down.
left.
27 seconds left in raid,
Yeah.
or left in attack until we move on to raid, and then all of a sudden, Boom's going to be flying.
Definitely going to be Boom flying any second now, mate. We've got 2 Lus over here. Yep. So this will be where Mers was on that kill streak after losing the heli to the nukes. Definitely going for some PvP here. Probably going for an early raid as points on the board. 2 Lus in the top 10, but halfway behind Kraken. Hard points are no longer active. The raid phase starting. Someone will be starting a Boom any second now. First raid we see on the map we'll go to.
I can already hear the explosions going off.
Nearly got it.
As we're looking for the raid.
It might be the triple next to hardpoint. Oh no, it's G9.
Oh,
it's G9.
and we see...
And it is the triple next to hardpoint. So someone is going down in the Mayday area. And in the top right of the map. The 3 raids have started in the first minute. But yeah, this is Lowance getting boomed in the triple neighborhood. Yeah, absolutely bloody typical. Just sending rockets from the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the safest option, isn't it? It's a bit of a joke, but it is the safest option, especially in a tight-knit neighborhood. Just start off trying to dismantle their base, make some big holes before you make that push in. Get those easy respawns while you can. You don't even need to build a raid platform because you can't even have build privilege in between the 2 beds. So you just use your own base. Not a bad way to start. And you never know. You might even just find the TC through one of these walls.
I've seen it happen before, and I've talked to other players who have obviously used the strategy and been a part of it, and it is one of the most hated strategies in all of Base Invaders, let me tell you, but it definitely works, and at this point, there's no other viable option, but it looks like FT is going to be trying to cherry pick off some of these raids and getting some of that good loot. And then a rocket flies into their side for just hitting the corner, and Zerg is already down.
No way.
Zerg eliminated by Kilka. Looks like they just went straight through the roof.
That is insane. So easy to raid that base. Just bang, bang. That took no time at all, man. That was less than 1 minute 45 and they found the TC. So Kilka shooting up to triple digits as well. 124 points for Kilka. Kraken on 137. Kraken probably looking to make an early raid themselves. We were talking in that triple neighborhood. We did think the Lowance base was the fattest. It might last the longest, but... with the first one to be getting rockets pummeled into the side, we might have been completely wrong there. Maybe being the biggest base attracts the most attention, and Lowance going to have some holes in the side of their base already. A couple of raids going down in the N12, N13 area too, in the snow as well. We got Triple G. Looks like they're pretty deep into Popularism's base, and just as I'm saying that, that is a TC gone. So that is another super early raid. The many Gs shooting to second place, just ahead of Kilka.
Absolutely, and I'm surprised to see Kraken still on top. They haven't gotten a TC yet, and 2 teams have, and yet they are still reigning supreme. And I'm interested to see how they're going to handle this and which base they're going to go for. But a TC this early, 2 TCs this early is, although common, very surprising.
And 13 and 12, we got Dina, Cuckoo raiding each other. It seems like there's a raid marker on both base on the map. Some big holes in the side of the Cuckoo base. Diana making that move in. They've just breached the compound. They've breached the shooting floor. They've breached the side of the base. We've got Rubio up on the top trying to send some shots down, but low HP and not fully kitted. Won't be able to do too much. Diana making that move steadily into this base. Just a few more rockets and they'll be breached.
Absolutely, and if you see, they've already got a huge hole in their side of their compound, and trees falling down. They can't even withstand the blow. But it looks like most of the entire base of Cuckoo doesn't have all that much gear left, as you saw with Rubio. on the roof, trying to do whatever they could, and it didn't look like they had any kits left.
Yeah, they can make that move in now if they just have a couple ladders, completely breach the side of the base. They could take complete control if they make this push in. Rubio taking down Kev, low HP. I'm not sure if Cuckoo have much control of this. Definitely time for Diana to make that move in. They could take full control. There we are. The ladder's going in. They're going to make that push in. Good shout, good timing. Now they just need to maintain control and have a little look for that TC.
Absolutely, you can hear the doors being blown off the hinges, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this team goes down within the next 2 minutes.
Yep, definitely possible. It's just a matter of how fast they find that TC, how well is it hidden, how lucky can they get, and can they maintain control. There's still a couple of spawn points, but Cuckoo haven't seen anything too special from them in the ways of defending so far. Seem to be struggling a lot with Diana.
Absolutely. And obviously, it's hard, right? You have this very experienced team rocking up on your base. This might be their first time, maybe not. But obviously, there's that gap between, like, we just got off of attack phase, and all of a sudden there's rockets flying into our side. They could have been out. They had to have one kill. But obviously, the Cuckoo team, not Cuckoo, the Diana team had an advantage of some kind that definitely put the odds into their favor.
It does seem that Berenyagi are countering. They're shooting rockets from the other side. We heard that we were inside the base. That wasn't more of Diana. That's actually a Berenyagi counter, but how much can they do? How fast can they get in there? Because Diana already have that control, and they're already blowing on the search for the TC. It's possible that Berenyagi get it from the side, but we've got a couple Diana players coming over, trying to maintain control of this area, keep Berenyagi back. What can this guy pull off?
Yeah, it looks like Diana is now having to try to do a raid defense while the rest of their team is raiding through the base. And I can guarantee you now that time is of the essence. They need to find that TC now before some other team vultures in and swoops. You can see the boom going off on the walls. You can see Diana running through the base. You can see there's really only one Cuckoo member in there. 1, 2, 3, and others are now just spawning, but they're going to have no chance to get a kit. Diana's going to triple AK headshot him in the face, and then it's just all over.
Yeah, we can see the advent cannons. They're going down one by one. Diana really hoping to find this TC before Berenyagi get any control of this raid. It's definitely possible. TC could be in any one of these doors. There's not. I don't know if they got control of the bottom floor yet. So if it is actually just in the normal spot, yeah, Cuckoo 1, 2, 3 seems to have that bottom door. So 1, 2, 3. Down to that bottom floor, it might be where the TC is, but for now, Diana maintaining control of the shooting floor, etc., and just blasting through these advent calendars.
Absolutely. They're obviously going to blow off every single door. Every single door is going to cave in off the hinges. They're rocketing through. They're C4ing. At this point, I think Cuckoo has lost all hope. I don't see them coming back.
Oh, yeah. Diana Exo and Diana Exo. We got two players with exactly the same names. Just one of them's got a capital, so we got Exo and Exo. And one, it looks like Umka, another team. We haven't seen them partake in this raid just yet, but Classic coming in, getting a couple of kills. Looks like Umka, two of them standing, they're taking control. Oh my days, can Umka steal this? That is an insane play. I don't know where they came from.
They have stolen the raid. In 30 seconds, they have stolen this raid. And it looks like they now have full control over the inside. Wow, you can hear the AK shots going off. I can imagine they're already preparing for him. Diana coming in, trying to get that retake. But I don't know if it's going to matter. I'm worried that Umka here is just going to blow a couple doors off, but looks like there's only one member left with more moving in. And Diana and Cuckoo now both fighting to regain the base.
So Umka, a team we haven't seen anything from so far. They are in the top 10, 6th place right now. Just storm into this raid out of nowhere and take control. But Diana, they are back into the base. But we can hear C4, and that is probably Umka continuing the raid.
Absolutely. At this point, it's either going to be Diana or Umka. It's going to be whoever finds that TC first. So now speed is of the essence. They need to be getting that boom into the doors. They need to be blowing off everything. They need to be finding that TC, checking every corner, doing whatever they can.
We've got the Berenyagi players coming in as well. Yeah, it looks like Berenyagi booming at the minute.
Every team is now contesting this raid.
Who's this with a ladder as well? Yeah, another Berenyagi player. C4 down pretty much everywhere.
I'm surprised that Cuckoo has lasted so long and that the TC has been found. That's obviously some good coordination and some good base building, but wow. We see Ben Miyagi
Ooh,
getting
lemonade
lasered
goes
on the
on.
way in. Somebody's trying to
Yeah.
make some kind of play there. You saw two of them go down on the ladder there. And you see Cuckoo finally geared up. A couple players are now geared up with AKs. Looks like they're now trying to retake the base. It's going to be really, really, really hard to be taking back this base.
Yeah, with so many teams involved in this fight, it is hard, but Cuckoo finally managed to gear up and get out of their core, getting a bunch of kills in. Looks like they have pretty much most control, but there's a Diana player pushing in from the rooftop. It's EXO again, and a Russian name. But one of them gets taken down. LP eliminated by Toulouse, so Toulouse shooting up the leaderboard a little bit. Cuckoo getting the kills in, and now they've got control of their base, but there's a lot of rebuilding to do, and players still pushing in. We got EXO, Diana pushing in again. VG have just eliminated Bobiki as well, so that's another team out and another team shooting up the leaderboard with 40 points. Cuckoo, if they can just keep killing and get this rebuilt, they will have a potential 40 points on the board. It's been quite a long raid, so if you defend for long enough, you get 40 points maximum. And for how long Cuckoo have been defending this base, they might get that full 40 if they can just keep everyone back.
Despite all TCs being broken, different kills, different raids going on, Kraken has still managed to stay at the top of the leaderboard without fail. They haven't fallen off their throne once, and they still have not completed a raid. That is amazing, considering that they are doing this just off of PvP points.
Big holes in the size of the Smoil base.
Huge holes. You can see that maze of stone walls over there, and it looks like MK is absolutely trying to get in there, but at this point I think that raid is now defended. It doesn't look like there's very many members left. I didn't see a raid platform anywhere.
Oh, anybody? Looks like they're getting a little bit of a good bit of a defense there on their base. Is this anybody's base? Yeah, so that was a defense there. So getting a good kill in the compound, but this Feckle player also still sending C4 down. So not full control for anybody yet, but so far I think it was only two Feckle players. With one of them taken down, this guy looks like he's by himself.
Absolutely. It looks like he's just trying to get that TC as fast as possible, trying to win over this raid early so that he doesn't have any more competition coming. You can see AK, you can hear and see those AK shots hitting outside. Looks like Feckle is doing whatever they can to get in that base, getting that TC, getting those 40 points on the board that will hopefully push them farther up the leaderboard.
Looks like a good big maze though of doors. If you're trying to find the TC in this base, it could be anywhere. There's probably the floor above this is very similar as well. Just triangles upon triangles, big maze to find that TC. Wherever it is, it's going to be about as deep as it gets in this maze, I'm guessing. But Feckle's still blasting through, just rocket by rocket, making way through this maze. Oh,
and obviously, using the rocket is very hard during this circumstance because one wrong move and all of a sudden you've rocketed yourself in this giant maze of doors. So he could very easily lose the raid just because it was one misplaced road pop.
He's made it all the way out to the other side now and still no TC. Big maze of doors like we're saying, but still no one's stopping him. At least he can just keep blasting through. He's some shots coming in. I think I just heard a couple of headshots, and I think it is still Feckle standing.
Oh no, Feckle is no longer standing. Anybody has gone in there, and AK headshotted him into the ground, grabbed his launcher, and it looks like they've now started this retake of the base.
Not bad, not bad. No TC for Feckle there. Anybody getting their control back? Can we have a little look at that triple neighborhood? You know, next to the hard point. Yeah, still two raids going off next to the hardpoint base.
Looks like they're just firing rockets at each other at this point.
Has anyone left their rooftop yet? Have the roof camping, rocket raiding, triple trio finished or not? Mayday's side of the base has quite a few holes in it. And it looks like FT are still just on their rooftop sending rockets. No way, they've been at it for 15 minutes.
That's one hell of a defense, and if you look at LA once, it looks like multiple teams have gone deep. You can see a couple Mayday members, a couple Kilka members, and you can see Bastards, Toulouse, and Ben Miyagi all going off. with different kill streaks here.
Lanuke's on a 10 kill streak. No way. So yeah, still just mostly roof rockets from one team, but over in the Lounge base, it looks like Mayday might actually be right inside. No, Kilker as well here. No one's inside.
Yeah, it looks like all
they are inside. Yeah, outside is inside.
Looks like he's gonna be trying to get rid of those doors.
It's been quite a few doors taken out, but obviously no TC found as well. But yeah, C4's getting sent down. Kilker.
And obviously, it looks like some doors were accidentally left open, which is problematic. That's, again, like 2 C4 or a couple rockets that are now being used for other places like TC. But I'm very interested to see what happens here and if Lounge can make that comeback, right?
Kilker made their way into the core of the base. That could be good. That's where the loot, the spawns might be. If you, that's the one going up to the kill floor. Can also go down and go deeper. See what they're going to prioritize. Probably want to go down and go deeper. See if you can get control of the loot or the spawns as well. Is a really good thing to stop them coming out and defending. 2 Kilker players together. Loads of C4 getting put on the doors downstairs as well, though we hear lots of beeps. Jesus.
So much boom is going off, and it looks like Kilka has gone full deep on this base, blowing off every single door possible. You can see Mayday, a couple of Mayday members funneling through the airlocks, going in, trying to look for that TC.
Here's the core, here's the spawn points I was talking about. If they can start taking out those beds, that's going to work in their favor for sure. Still just blasting off as many doors as possible, trying to find that TC, but getting rid of the spawn points whilst doing so could be of use. So I'd like to see something go down on those beds. So we're seeing an ungeared guy trying to maybe find the kit and get a bit of defense in, but he's taken out. Kilker still maintaining control. Another Mayday member's pushed in. And it looks like there's a Lounge player inside as well. Absolute bedlam inside this base.
It's absolute mayhem. At this point, it's a free-for-all between all the teams, seeing who can get control of this base and who can find that TC.
Loads of shots getting fired, but it still does look like Kilker steadily in control, just shooting out from these doors because the side of this base is wide open to the Mayday angle. Mayday maybe making a little bit of a push over, but they're probably still getting pummeled from the rooftop of FT, so they can't get too involved. They always need to be thinking about what FT are doing, maybe trying to do something about the fact those rockets are coming through the sky. Don't see any flying through this yet. I do see one, just as I say that they're still pummeling. More than 15 minutes FT have been pummeling from the rooftop, man.
Absolutely. You can hear the C4 beeping, and we know what that means. It means that there's going to be a hell of a lot of boom, and that the more boom you set off, the higher your chances of finding that TC are. And I wouldn't be surprised that within the next 3 minutes, before we hit that hour and 10 mark, that the TC of this base is going to be claimed by either Kilker or Mayday.
It's worth noting as well, Kilker are sitting top of the leaderboard, actually just as I say that, joint with the many Gs. So it's 170 points for Kilker, 170 for the Gs. Kraken hot on the tails with 159. Kraken have been doing an excellent job, but they're not quite in first place at the minute. Toulouse doing a lot of great PvP, and they did get a TC, so they're up to 147 as well. So quite a lot of high points going on. Diana not far behind at all. Bednyagi a little bit further back, so it's still a lot of people that could be making that top spot tonight. Kilker, though, if they find this TC soon, they will have a solid lead.
Yeah, and we can see the C4 getting thrown onto the different doors. People holding rocket launchers. No TC is now open, and Kilka will get that TC. If the door hadn't been open, it would have been one more boom, and they might not have even been found it. But obviously, the importance of closing doors. And there goes Lounge.
Yeah, well done, Kilker. They had control of that for so long. Lounge are taken out, so that is one of these trio neighborhoods finished off. Mayday and FT too busy shooting rockets at each other or trying to stop the rockets getting shot at them. Just couldn't even do anything about that. Kilker up in their neighborhood, taking out one of the teams. Probably going to just continue maybe outside, making that push over to Mayday. This could be interesting. If Kilker take advantage of the hole that is all side of Mayday's base from all those FT rockets, that is going to be cheeky as all hell. But as I say, that outside does go down, won't be able to make that play. FT look like they're actually finally pushing up into the Mayday base, and if they're going to do it at all, they need to be doing it now, because Kilker are probably going to contest it.
Definitely. And we zoom in now on Fnatic's base, which looks like it's obviously we looked at it earlier with the raid, and it looks like it's been defended. It looks like they are keeping themselves afloat during this raid phase. And you look at MK, and it looks like that there is a hole in the compound. You can see the peaks have been destroyed on the right side there. And it looks like who's contesting this? It looks like as Azov, I think that is it looks like that's the war between the two. And you can see Smoil on the other side of the base using the radar tech, getting.
Azov
And
player
then
making a
there's
play.
Cuckoo getting by Deanna, obviously getting that TC. And we looked at that raid a little bit earlier, and that was a really, really big raid. And obviously it's now over.
Smoil making a bit of a slide in the MNK base. They're not in the top 10, so they do want to be finding a TC to get their points up. MNK trying to hold them back a little bit, but we do also have Azov coming in at the backside. Merry Yike's gone down, going to get that rev in though. That won't point for MNK. Rocket's still blasting into the side. There's not a massive hole in it yet. They can't breach in just yet. They need to get a couple more rockets into that honeycomb.
Obviously, MK is trying to do whatever they can to fight off these rockets. They're using their peaks, but at this point, they're getting shot from both sides. You can see Ace-Off Ping Pong and Netflix over there are just obviously. I think they're shooting. They might be firing rockets. They're lasering people on the roof, and Smoil is firing rockets into the other side. At this point, they are now sandwiched between two teams, and it's going to take a hell of a lot of skill to continue fighting off this raid.
Yeah, especially this hole, as this hole gets bigger and bigger, it's they need to be doing something, man. They haven't managed to stop any of these rockets. Looks like Savunka might be making a push out, but as I say that, they get taken down, so Savunka not going to be able to do anything to defend. F9 eliminated by the G's as well, so it's going to be G's shooting up to 225 points at the top of the leaderboard, ahead of Kilker at 211 and 178 for Diana. Azov are making a move into one side of the base, though, so they've pushed in before Smoil did, so they might be able to start trying to look for this TC before Smoil do, but there's a big hole in the Smoil side as well. MNK gonna have to fight this off from both sides. Absolute nightmare for them.
Absolutely. Obviously, it's definitely very, very hard for the teams to be fighting off this raid, considering there is two teams like pelting at the side. There's two holes in the compound. There's two very different areas that they need to defend. Those are in two different spots of the base, so obviously they need to divide and conquer here. But so many, it looks like they're out of timers on the inside of the base. They're now spawning outside. You can see different members on the outside of the compound instead of the inside, which is definitely not where they should be.
One of those MNK players getting 2 kills, but Netflix and Chill comes out and finishes them off because they're only on about 4 HP. So Azov losing quite a few players, but the fact that Azov were hitting Honeycomb there does seem promising. It looks like a lot of this base is Honeycomb, so the TC is probably somewhere in that core. So it's going to take them a little while to get to that core, but first team to get deep and start blasting off what remains will probably have a really good chance of finding that TC, because it doesn't look like it's one of these bases where most of it is taken up with potential placement. Most of this does seem to be Honeycomb.
Yeah, and like I say, I believe like the moment they see those doors, I'm predicting some ladders coming out, the C4 coming out the moment they see a door. So they'll be inside that base, and then looks like Smoil already is camping inside that corner, looking for a way to in, and he's waiting for his teammates to blast.
Still Honeycomb. This core is deep. Be interested to see if they've got like a high qual core as well when they finally reach it. Quite a dense base, but I do like it because having less doors does mean it's hard to break through to the core.
Absolutely, but the moment that you're at core, all of a sudden it's a hell of a lot easier to find TC, so there's definitely ups and downs to that.
So Vunga's up on the rooftop, going to try and do something about these rockets, but the most hated getting deeper and deeper into the base. Still just Honeycomb though. Going to send some more C4 and rockets in there. Vera out in the base, out in the compound. Could do maybe sealing the compound. Maybe this time seal the compound. Small seem to be a little bit preoccupied with the base itself. Yeah, there's a MNK Nodic. Are they trying to seal?
Those look like they're trying to seal. Looks like they're trying to retake the base so that they can obviously continue and participate with the event and start raiding. But Pierre eliminated by Kilka. That I believe that was the team that we saw got early dunked on.
Yeah. we were talking about it possibly ruining a wipe, and just being on that back foot, that might have been something to do with how Kilka could raid them. But Kilka getting more points on the board, 250 now in 5, now in that first place. The G's second place, 234. So that TC really good for Kilka's score, keeping them ahead. Looks like there's a trio raid up the top. One TC has been taken down. Dog still standing. VG player right outside their base. Big holes in the side of it though. Wow, VG have got this base in pieces. Lots of high qual though. TC could be in one of these core high qual rooms.
Obviously, and according to base Invaders rules, it has to be behind some kind of door. It has to be accessible somehow, so it obviously can't be in a 1x1 cube, and it looks like that's what they're avoiding. Of course, they're blowing off every single door. They're going along, blowing off those HQ doors and doing whatever they can.
With this HQ in the core, though, I'd like to see them making a movement at the core as well. I mean, it might be where the TC is, but at the very least, they can get rid of some more spawn points and loot areas like we're talking about. But this much high qual is a little bit suspicious. I would, yeah, they are in the core here. Not fully, I don't think. Can we have a little look on the... Yeah. Yeah, man, they've actually got quite a big control of the core. All this high qual and no TC. Maybe a last little bit on the bottom they might not have control of, but so far they've just been through so much of this base. I'm surprised they haven't found it already.
It's probably behind one of those advent calendar walls with all the doors. That's probably where I'd think that the TC is. Because one of the last places that you want to put the TC is inside your core. Because the moment they're in the core, they're in the core. But once you hit the advent calendar walls, all of a sudden they've got to hit every single one of those doors. So I think it's behind one of these doors, and I think that was probably the smartest play.
Many C4 going down. Empty.
Does not look like they found the TC.
Yeah, this raid's pretty chilling, man. I'm sure they'll find it eventually. So we move it on. We're going to see the Nina knock and the Bastards. The Bastards seem like they're got a breach in the compound, got a bit of a breach in the base, but the Nina knock sending shots, and we see the Bastards players' health decline. Looks like they're doing steady work to keep them back on that walled area before they actually breach into the compound.
Absolutely, it looks like the Nina knock is obviously putting up a great defense. One guy on high ground, 4 on the ground, and it looks like part of their compound is now blown up. You can see there's some missing walls there, and I think they're doing whatever they can to now cover that area and make sure no one can actually get through. Just the moment they're through, they're all of a sudden they're now in your base, and that is a problem.
Oh my days, yeah, we got just better, Griffin. They're all making that push out. They're just swamping the Bastards. As soon as Worldwide Killer goes down, that's full control for the Nina knock. Excellent raid defense there. They're just going to blow up these beds as well. Get rid of the Bastards, the Nina knock. Nice one.
What a great raid defense. You can see that all the beds are now getting destroyed by that C4. It's just the one left, and obviously you can shoot that out with the AK, and all of a sudden that raid platform is no more. We're zooming in here on with a Toulouse raid on, what is it, Chidos? I think that's what that says. And immediately Kilka getting eliminated, our number one team. With most points, GGG now taking number 1 spot. That surprises me.
Maybe they were too busy, too raid hungry, I don't know. But yeah, Fnatic, not even in the top 10, but they've taken down our kill leaders. The point leaders, Kilka being smashed to bits by a lower team. That does put the G's in first place in a really comfortable position ahead of Diana. Toulouse hot on the tails though as well, so Toulouse got a chance to get some points here. Oh! Nice kill, and that leaves the door wide open. So I do think that's actually a Toulouse raid here. I think we might have got it back to the front at the start. This is Chitu's base. Yeah, this is Chitu's base. We thought this was the other way around to start with.
Yeah, that would have been my bad.
Pretty deep.
Toulouse is now deep. You can see
each other. We got Fishy. Fishy doesn't look like they've got a gun though, but pushing up. We do.
Now they do.
Fishy can grab that kit. Nice one. Toulouse going to look to keep on booming, and quite far ahead of this raid, but they haven't quite found the TC just yet. But if they do find it, they'll be extremely close to the G's on points.
Absolutely. We can see as much as 2 loose, that would be great. That would be catapult them up to 220 points, plus whatever points they get from attacking this base. With GGG now is confidently in first. It is about, what, 40 points ahead of Diana? I mean, if Diana got a TC right now, it would very barely put them in front of GGG.
Yeah, this is Fnatic. This is the team that took out the #1 spot. Trying to get another raid. Got
Looks
quite a lot
like
of pixels.
QWERTY
I can't
is,
see who is it. QWERTY. I can't see at the minute. It's too pixelated on my screen.
Yeah, the screen going a little bit finicky. You can also see Cosmos there through the radar. Looks like they might be trying to make a play there, and obviously some great AK beams, great PvP coming out. I'm pretty pleased with how this tournament is going out so far. Right, we obviously had some great moments, some great PvP areas, some great raids, and I'm excited to see how this raid is going to go.
Yeah, they're just trying to take out the turrets at the minute, because if they can take out the turrets, they can get full control of this roof. There's a lot of spawn points on this roof. There's probably a lot of weapons in those boxes, but the rockets, PvP rockets, don't do as much damage as normal in base invaders. So, not if that was an Invader, that probably would have been a free kill. But I think we've got 21 still standing. Maybe one player did go down. Sidolf making that push in as 21 tries to heal though, but no, it's going to be 21 on top.
Down.
21 does get taken down though.
Wow, that was a good moment. You can see.
Nice.
Oh, you can see she does go down by two loose, and obviously we had looked at that base before and we had seen that coming.
Yeah, so 2 lose, only 9 points behind the G's, shooting up to second place. Mayday still being rocketed. We're talking about a full half an hour of rockets getting sent from FT's base. I'm not sure what people are really going to be thinking about. Let us know what you think about that in the chat. What do you think about that, chat? Half an hour of rooftop rocketing.
What a play! And like that's a lot of time. Like I've played Rust before and I do a lot of raiding, but like that is a shit ton of time to just sit on top of your roof and fire rockets at another base. I would be bored out of my mind and I would have done something stupid by now. Credit where credit is due. These guys are patient.
That's one word for it, mate. Patient. It's ridiculous. We did see them make a push-up once or twice. Was I'm English making a bit of a push-up, but like realistically, they're not really going to get anywhere tonight if they don't like finish this raid off. Otherwise, they're just going to be sat at the bottom with a small handful of kills. They need to get this TC and then get a few more. 74 points they got, so yeah. I mean, maybe that's just the most they can hope for. As long as they get this Mayday TC, they can call it a night. You know, they've done their job. Half an hour of rocketing wasn't a waste of time.
I would really hope not.
Mayday sending rockets back now, though.
Yeah, you can see that big hole in the Mayday compound there. You can actually see some doors and some other way around walls, and it's just mayhem at this point. You can see those holes obviously being broken into the FT compound. You can actually see a Mayday guy on the left there with 100 health going in. It looks like he's going to try and stir up some ruckus.
Yeah, finally someone's making a push.
Good. It's a little bit boring before that, but it looks like Mayday is now... He looks like he's going to run up and try and get some kills on the FT.
Stock making that push round as well, though. Who's going to see who first? Hollow rotating around. Femistocky on the back foot. Have they seen Hollow yet? I'm not sure. Hollow's still sneaking. At least Hollow thinks they haven't been seen. I don't think Femistocky has seen, but Femistocky is way ahead. Gonna keep following this round. Mayday does have this timing right, I think. But doesn't keep pushing around. Could just push a little bit further. Go, a little bit further. Just a little bit further. Just a little bit too late there, buddy. A little bit too late.
He's trying so hard and it's just not working. You can't find anyone to shoot. You can see a Scrappy there off in the distance with Diana in it. Where was it going? Looks like we lost it, but that's just fine. Looks like we're going back to watching this raid.
This rooftop raid, the 34-minute rooftop raid.
Nothing too much happening at that base.
Yeah, I mean there was some boom going off there at some point, but it's not happening right now.
Back at anybody's base.
Is it Salasana attacking them? But that doesn't look like too much is happening either. Check down this G14 one next, and we'll see Team MNK still being raided by Small. This has been going on quite a while. Looks like the shooting floor has been taken to bits quite a lot. A lot of boom going on over here. We got Kiska and Azov. It looks like Azov, Netflix, and Chill just made a push out, but did get taken down. Ping Pong got a little wall going on as well. But Kiska just currently looking like they're trying to defend their beds as they've started this raid onto Azov.
Absolutely.
You see on the map there, quite a lot of bases disappeared already. A lot less congested areas than when we started out. So a bit more peace in some of these neighborhoods. Here we have Kraken and Dog. Dog's base looking like it's been torn to shreds as well.
So far, Kraken hasn't. I don't believe Kraken's gotten a TC yet. I believe this is their first raid on Dog. It looks like it's going rather well. LMG coming out into play there from Kraken.
Kraken, a team that managed to get quite a lot of points in the attack phase, like the hard point and PvP in those areas. Currently in 4th position. TC would help them out quite a lot, put them just behind Toulouse. So far, they've managed to tear this base to bits, but they haven't had any luck finding the TC, but full control for now. Might not be too long until they do.
See them climbing up ladders and obviously kill. They're checking every single door possible, trying to find that TC, trying to make a play, trying to get Dolg out of the game so they can move on and continue raiding. Obviously, time is of the essence right now. They have 53 minutes left in the raid period. If they spend all that time on one base, there's no shot that they're going to win. And but it looks like they're now into core, obviously going through loot, which is what we saw a little bit earlier, but it looks like maybe a door has been replaced. I could be wrong.
Moving into the core, they might find something. Ooh, a little bit of a, might have been a bit of a defense attempt there, but Kraken still standing, booming through this core. There's so many Advent calendars taken down, but oh, Dolg eliminated by VG. No way, VG just sneak in and steal it. I didn't see the TC get got, but unfortunately for Kraken, they put so much time and boom into this raid, and someone from VG just sneaks in and robs it from out their hands.
Wow, I feel really bad. But wow, that's... And VG still lower on the leaderboard than Kraken. Wow, what a sneak play.
Yeah, well, it's just all a matter of finding the right door, isn't it? So if you can just run in there and do a random door, and you've always got a chance. It's a little bit of a lottery, and VG have won the lottery. Kraken wasted a lot of time, unfortunately, only getting a handful of kills points and not actually that final 40. Here we have FSB pushing out against GGG. Seem to
Yeah,
a little bit of control, sending rockets, but the rockets aren't going to hit the beds. FSB, they've got a good amount of control for now. See if they can keep the G's back.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to hit that raid platform so that they can obviously eliminate GGG, get them out of their area. But right now it looks like GGG is now pushing up towards the base. You can obviously see that the sea of walls there with different wood and crap like that. And as they're pushing up, they're obviously, you can see an FSB member there trying to do any kind of pushback, but obviously it's just not working.
Yeah, the G's have got so many walls up, you kind of got to push right up to the beds to destroy them. You can't really rocket them from afar, so they want to push out all together as a team, maybe. The rocket's still coming down from GG's. We've got one Russian guy pushing up, made way to the beds, but they haven't got a kit. Are they going to just steal a kit? No, they're going to be taken out and not going to be able to do any kind of play. But had they just had a little bit of C4 or rocket, they might be able to take out a couple of the beds. FSB, we're going to move on from that.
An attempt was made, but like he didn't bring an AK. I don't know what he thought was gonna happen.
Maybe he was scouting, just trying to work out what was going on. I don't know. Probably just had like a sleeping bag out there. But they need to push. They need to push out as a team and take those beds back. But moving on, we do see Bednyagi pushing up to the Umkar base.
Yeah, two teams that we've seen a little bit of. Not very much of in this tournament so far. Obviously, Bednyaga more than the other, but it looks like it could be one hell of a raid. We see Umka in that what looks like half high qual, half sheet metal.
Yeah, quite a lot of high qual up on that shooting floor and beneath it. That's actually quite good. We're seeing quite a lot of shooting floors just torn to shreds earlier on, so definitely know that's going to pay off when it comes to being pummeled by rockets. Give you extra time to shoot back from the cover that you've got before it gets taken out. It's double the rockets for high qual than it is for sheet metal. Oof. Did see a one push out from Umka. One Lemonade did come out on top, but then was taken down from the roof as well. So another Umka player going to push out and grab those kits. Looks like Dominic is possibly downed. 7 HP, yeah. Crawling around, probably not going to get the res. But Bednyagi players pushing in from this angle as well. Troika holding it down from the rooftop still.
Anybody eliminated by Salazana? I think that's how I pronounce that. I don't think we've looked at that raid at all, but it probably went under the radar.
There's so many raids going on. It's hard to keep up with all of them and know exactly going to be taken down.
There's... Just as I'm checking. It's the most teams we've had in a while. We have about 38 teams competing this week. I know the last week that I was watching, viewing that kind of stuff, had about 24, I think. So we obviously have a big increase in teams this time.
Back to the base we saw earlier, that was mostly honeycomb. Still doesn't look like the core's been completely breached, but this raid's been going on a long time. They have a chance to rebuild.
The base is like divided in half.
But so much honeycomb. Observer there saying, is this amount of honeycomb even legal? Man, I don't know if there's any rules against it. Is this going to be a pathway to the TC? I'm sure technically you could have the biggest maze of honeycomb with one door route, as long as it's accessible by doors. I don't think there's a limit on how much. As far as I'm aware, the phrasing is has to be accessible by a door route, and that's it.
Yeah, the phrasing is it has to be accessible without having to blow through a solid wall. So obviously you can do hop downs and stuff like that. What I'm thinking here is just seeing how there's almost no door routes anywhere. I believe the TC is on the roof. I believe it's behind one of those high quality doors.
Yeah, we've seen that, man. Because look, they're still up there holding that area. They've still got a turret. They've still got spawn points. Like, whilst the base is being dissected, all that honeycomb could just be a distraction, and the bit to put the last stand from is just their rooftop spawn point. We've seen it before. Like last 2 weeks ago, last time I casted, there was a TC behind one armored door on a rooftop with turrets and that, and it had high qual. So the high qual was suspicious, and there was four sides to it. Eventually, the fourth one to be taken down from the outside was the one with the TC. But after all that time, all those rockets that blew through 4 sides of high qual, all it would have actually taken was 2 C4 in the right spot.
Oh,
and that's not the right spot this time, but it still could be one of these. You're not wrong. It could. Smoil making a move up. There's shots getting fired left, right, and center, but Smoil got taken down, and one Diana player is still standing, but MNK still having a little bit of control of their base.
And obviously that turret's getting MVP right now. I just watched it mow down like 3 guys. Like, wow.
Nice. Look at that C4 throw getting onto the turret before it gets shot.
What a throw.
So if they get these turrets down and they can start throwing C4 on these armored doors, you might be right. They might be finding TC pretty soon. This raid has been going on. It's about time someone found the TC or someone to finish the defense.
Oh,
there it was there all along. It was No
And
way.
TC's gone.
Always look down, I guess.
I mean, I was kind of right.
But no, you were bang on. Just when we were observing inside there, we didn't see beneath our feet. I wonder what for the highlights reel we probably need to put down both times. When we first went in there, and then when we went back in.
You can see this raid between Qwerty and Kiska. Qwerty obviously on the offensive side. You can see that raid platform almost completely blocked in by those wood walls. They are making sure that they cannot get rocketed out this early.
Someone's finally overtaken the point that Kilko are at as well. We got Diana taking first place. 263 points is what Kilko were taken out at, but Diana now moving up to 272. The G's 253 behind 251 for Toulouse. Are super close between the G's and Toulouse. I wonder if that after this we should go check out and see if the rooftop rockets are still going on. There might be a full 45 minutes of rooftop rocketing. But good shots getting fired. Azov and Qwerty fighting it out. Does look like Azov on the back foot. Yep, now just Ravage players standing. Qwerty doing an excellent job of defending their bed platform. See a big raid in the distance as well in the left here. As there's still plenty of raids going on as we get to the 45-minute mark. We might take a little break here, but first we'll check I9 just to see this rooftop raid still happening.
Absolutely. I think it's still happening. There's almost no.
Oh,
I was wrong.
Look at Mayday's base, man.
Mayday is full deep inside of FT.
But Mayday's base is pretty much non-existent, man. It's like 50% gone.
Absolutely, another team could obviously come
not
in
50, but like that side 50% gone. Wow.
Wow. And obviously Mayday is fully deep inside of FT, and now I'm worried that another team could fly in or stealthily approach and just all of a sudden now they're inside of Mayday's base, and that would be one hell of a defense to pull off.
Fnatic, the team that took out Kilka, have just been taken out themselves, so they're out. But they actually did one of the biggest upsets of the game, because if Fnatic hadn't taken out Kilka, Kilka would be in the first spot right now probably.
Absolutely, you can see Team Diana has taken that spot over with 274 times, 274 points and counting.
Yeah, we'll take a little break now, go get a drink and that, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Welcome back to Rustoria Base Invaders, sponsored by Rusty Pot. Welcome back from the break. While we were gone, Umka, which was the base getting raided by Bednyaga, has been eliminated, and Bednyaga, just as we were coming back, is now foraging for the rest of the loot.
We can see in the leaderboard Diana are now at the top spot, 294, 272 for the G's, and 267 for Toulouse. So still pretty close up there. Toulouse, they're sort of a very raiding PvP team, so they've got a chance of shooting up there. GGG, seen a lot of action as well. They could shoot up as well. Bed and Yagi, not even that far behind Toulouse themselves. We can see Kilka were taken out quite a while ago. Umka taken out, Fnatic, and MNK. A whole bunch of teams there down at the bottom. Never really got a chance even digits.
The one I'm surprised the most about is the team Who Want It, which is currently in last place and has 19 points during raid phase. But as we zoom in on the FSB base, which G is multiple G's is currently raiding, we saw earlier before we went on break that they had set up a raid platform. They were obviously fighting their way into the compound. You can see most of the stone walls facing that raid platform are now gone, and GG is making their way through the base. Obviously, there's one on roof. There's a couple on roof. They have roof control, and now they are just looking for that TC.
And this is a lot more high core than we see, so could be behind a very long corridor with doors.
Absolutely.
If it's got a big pocket for the C4, might be worth just blowing out one of those high cores, seeing how it's structured, seeing what's behind it. But also, you can just keep pushing through these doors. Yeah, it looks like it is a major door behind the high core. One player pushing out, trying to get the defense in, but it will be the G's getting the kill. Still maintaining control of this rooftop area and throwing down C4.
Obviously, FSB is doing whatever they can to keep that roof up, trying to get into there. And obviously, it's just not working. I've seen multiple people go up and try to contest, but they're immediately beamed down. These are some of the best players in the tournament. You can see FSB Russian Terminator heading through the base, trying to placing down doors, securing the base, making sure that their TC is safe. And
doors.
As we were commentating on this, we saw Kiska go down, and they are no longer in the competition.
Nearly down to 35 minutes left of this raid phase. So teams in this top 5 sort of spot in the leaderboard are going to be looking to get as more raids in as possible. Probably time for 2, 3 if you're super fast, but if you can get on it now, could be a couple more TCs getting into this top 5 point position. Loads of C4 getting thrown down by the GZ. They're desperate to get this TC. If they do, they will shoot up ahead of Diana into first place, still maintaining control of the roof. Looks like they are actually just going through high qual now.
Yeah,
could be a good shout.
Going through the
cutting
floor.
off that maze. We'll see. That could have cut off a huge amount of a door maze, and I did think it's a good idea to start blasting through some of the high qual, because it is a little bit suspicious to have this much, and they couldn't.
I mean, it's more secure, but I don't know. Definitely strange, and you can see at this point, I think it's a game between the top 5. I don't think anyone else has all that much of a chance. Empty pocket, which is definitely disappointing. Looks like that door was left unlocked with no lock at all, and they are now going through the door that is 8C4 to go
8C4,
through.
Yeah. I mean, interesting, but I mean, I'm saying this amount of high qual is suspicious.
Pocket.
Yeah, more.
This point he should
try a different route now. Maybe could just 8C4 another high qual wall. I don't know how much 8C4 they got in their inventory down there, but still looks like they've got full control of the raid, but no luck finding that TC just yet. Getting some more kills on the board. Not enough to overtake Diana though. The TC will be what they need to push forward.
Definitely. And even though this might be base faders and obviously crafting drops, everything is amplified, 8C4 is still a lot to use on one wall. So it was definitely a risk, and I don't think it paid off. But you can see that they're still contesting this base with obviously anytime they see an enemy, they're going down almost immediately. These guys have impeccable aim. And
oh, boom going down in this maze still. Triple boom on these doors, and also just going to go through the floor there, send another 8C4 down. Desperate to try and shortcut their way through this maze to the right little pocket. So far, the pockets they've found have been completely empty, but we'll see what this 8C4 does to this triangle. Will it just be a bit of honeycomb, or will there be doors down there to continue this maze? We'll see in just 1 second. More doors.
there's doors.
I reckon they might be onto something here, and I do think blasting through the high qual is a good idea, all in all.
If we go down, we see no TC so far, but
7, last one. Oh,
no
another
TC,
pocket,
just
but
more
plenty of
doors.
Yeah, plenty of doors.
One door goes down, no TC. Next door is getting hit.
Is that an armored door? I think that one's an armored door, you know, might be onto something. Down in the depths of this maze of doors and high qual, we've found an armored door. Could be something happening.
I don't think he's got
he
any
out of
C4
boom?
left.
Is he out of boom?
I think so. I don't understand why he did that. And obviously going up this base, we can see that there isn't very many GGGs left on top of the base, inside the base, anywhere really. You can see them moving in from their raid platform.
Imagine if it's behind that, man. Imagine if it's behind that armored door. Just as he runs out, after wasting all those C4s going through some of the walls.
This is who wants it. This is our last place team that I'm surprised is even still in this. Getting raided by Ben Yagi.
Are they,
And
the
team isn't even
here,
there.
mate.
It's a free base.
Maybe it's because they've already taken out the spawn points. But yeah, full control for Ben and Yagi, and you can
The
see
turrets
going
aren't
down.
even on. This is literally just a free base, and I think that was the whole point of them joining. You can see in their name who want it. It looks like it's just a free base.
Who want it? Who want our TC for free? Well, I mean, I guess Ben and Yagi want it, don't they? And they're gonna. It looks like they're gonna get it unless someone comes here and counters, because we can't see any who wanted players, and there's not even another team anywhere to be seen.
They're making quick work of this.
Yeah, they're even gonna start going through walls themselves as well. Not a bad shout. Tear this base to bits. No one's gonna contest them just yet.
You can see a couple who wanted players now. You can see one on the left. I thought I saw one on the roof.
They've just come to watch. Just come to watch their base get destroyed.
Who wanted's just gonna start opening doors. But
It's over here, guys.
Mayday eliminated by Kraken.
Ah, so okay. After
I know.
all of that, FT have spent what was it, an entire hour blasting Mayday from their rooftop, and finally Kraken has swooped in and got that TC.
Wow. If you remember, Kraken was our first place team for a little while there, and now it looks like I think this is their first TC that they've just gotten an hour into the raid phase. So I don't think they're winning this one.
Oh, so many doors to go through. Look at that.
Obviously, you just get one guy and he just throws C4 on all those doors.
Oh, what a nightmare. That's like 36 doors in those four corners. That's ridiculous. There's 9 in each one, and there'll be 4 sides to that. And that's just the outer. That's just the outer doors. You know, there's all the core as well. Getting around the core.
And if you've noticed so far, other than the roof, we haven't seen any like cores, spawn platforms, any kits, any pretty much of anything inside the base. I think they're out. I don't think they have any loot left. I think it's all just more doors.
There's a who wanted player we haven't seen. Hyper somewhere in the distance. Oh, and we found some high qual, so we're going to see an 8C4 go down. Maybe shortcutting a big corridor of doors. Maybe getting straight into that core. 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8. And there is no TC.
Ooh, maybe another 8.
Just disappointment.
Keep going, another 8.
It's a lot of boom to go through for another 8, but... You see a ladder hatch, those oftentimes do lead to the TC.
Yeah, man. Definitely possible.
And it is no. But another door.
But this door could be promising. This could be the start of the corridor that does lead to the actual TC. I think it's promising, but I feel, you know, you got that sort of like feeling. You start to get the TC feeling. I think.
Absolutely, you get the little TC tingles, if you will.
Starting to tingle for me.
Smoil killed by Diana, and at this point, I feel like GGG's only way of winning is to go and raid Diana.
Yeah, they probably need to. You know, there's 27 minutes left.
I would pull back from the raid that they were doing now, and I would head towards
points.
Diana. They're just going through this one huge door path.
No, I reckon it is this path, but God knows how long it is, isn't it?
Another set of doors. Oh.
I think it's like for free. If this spirals to the middle, it's like another 3 or so. So then that would be like the core.
Definitely.
Someone's flying in.
Yeah, you can hear that mini going off in the air, and it looks like Bed and Yagi. It looks like they're bringing more reinforcements.
No way.
Another ladder hatch.
No way. Yeah, no, it might be. This could just be a super long corridor. But like, there's also like I said, like the 36 doors on the outside. So if they haven't gone through the entire advent calendar,
absolutely could be.
Man.
High quality door.
See, I told you, man. My TC senses were tingling with this pack corridor, but they were tingling 17 doors ago. Such what a long corridor, and it's like me and this team might both be wrong. It still could just be one of the advent calendars they haven't blown through.
Oh no, they're high.
This is high qual door, high qual wall. I'm hoping they get it because it's taking them a long ass time to get through this corridor. So I hope for all the resources and all the time they put in, they get through it. And there we have 36 doors or something. Who won it? Eliminated by Bed and Yagi.
Bed and Yagi now taking 2nd place with 312 points. As we're headed up into the northern section, we can see GGG still raiding FSB. You can see almost all the walls are gone. Their base is completely untouched. It looks like they've already put down some more doors, obviously trying to seal, but I don't think it matters. There's ladders everywhere. FSB has pretty much taken back control over the base. There's one last GG member, and he's obviously... You can see his name through the walls, and he's down there inside of the lower levels of the base. I think at this point he's just running around.
Yeah, there's doors opening and closing in core. Quite a lot of this core's high quad as well, so could be a tricky one to find your way through if you're looking for that TC.
Definitely. I don't think the team knows he's there. You hear the AK shots going on.
I think we were in here earlier. Huge corridor, this one. What a maze. What a labyrinth.
Ugh.
Look at that dead end as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Bed and Yagi or GGG eliminate Diana, because it's like you say, it might be their only chance to shoot forward. They're going to have to get 2 TCs points-wise to overtake them, so that might be their best bet to just take down Diana, but we haven't really actually seen much of Diana's base, I don't think, because we've seen them sending the action elsewhere, mostly. Right here, we've got the Nina knock. They've got a spawn platform, and they're looking like they're sending rockets into the bastard's base.
Absolutely. You can obviously see the rockets hitting, and the bastards are obviously doing whatever they can to rebuttal and get in there and start getting that counter going. A lot of boom going off. You can start to see that cavity of the base start to form, where all of a sudden there's going to be that giant gaping hole, and and then you've got that huge entry point for the team. That's definitely going to be coming into play.
Rockets pummeling the side of the base, getting a bit of a hole in it, but not too much so far. But looks like the Nina knock safe enough just to keep on sending them. One Bastards player looks like they might be making a push out, maybe to seal the compound, or maybe to try and kill them. But the rockets can continue to pummel for now. Got 22 minutes left of the raid phase. What happens to Diana is going to be quite important.
Absolutely. This is 2 loose base, and it's currently getting raided by Cosmos and QWERTY, and it looks like a whole cluster of teams currently filming. And it doesn't look like there's any 2 loose members there. It looks, oh, there's just one spawning in now. And it's a fight between Cosmos and QWERTY to see who can get that TC, and if 2 loose can defend.
Sometimes people have a TC in a little gatehouse, not this time though. We've got Glee taking out a Cosmos
2
member.
loose, bringing out the M249.
Nice. It's going to be working out for Glee, pulling out the big guns, getting 2 kills in the defense. Maybe even going to make a push out.
See him running through the those big ass gatehouses that they made, as you mentioned earlier. And as he's running laps around, going past the furnaces, and he's just looking for anybody that's still inside of his compound, and he's just looking to use that M2 to just destroy them.
Yeah, not looking to overplay the hand while solo, but maybe now Fishy has made a move out as well. They might make towards the QWERTY spawn point. Glee making that peek over. They do need to make control of those beds if they're going to stop this raid. Cosmos in the distance as well, so Cosmos on the other side of QWERTY might actually work out in favor for Toulouse. Glee pushing in, getting a kill on Jingo, and get a kill on
That's
21.
a double.
4 kills for Glee so far with that M2. 2 in the compound and 2 at the spawn point.
There are no beds on that raid platform, which means QWERTY doesn't have a spawn to get there. Cosmos now pushing in, shooting him in the back, and Glee goes down, it looks like. M2 now in Cosmos possession. Azov currently getting raided by VG as they're moving in. Looks like a lot of the base has already been destroyed from the looks of it. And more C4 is going off. You can hear the beep. Sounds like an alarm clock. And
it looks like VG steady control, getting good kills on the inside of this base. A lot of the advent cannons are taken out, but no luck on the TC so far. But seems like they've got steady control. The Azov players we're seeing haven't actually really been geared, and all the VG players fully geared, sending those booms still into these doors.
Absolutely.
Oh,
and there goes TC.
Right in the side. So that's Azov out, and VG shooting up to 6th place with those 40 points. Still, though, 100 points behind 1st place. So, could be interesting to find Diana. See if we can find anyone from the Diana team. See what they're up to.
And as we're cruising through these bases, we're trying to find where Diana is, trying to see what they're doing, because we haven't seen them very much so far after the break. And here you can see Kraken's base, which is just that obviously nice triangle, some trees, you know, can give it a little bit of a foresty vibe. We just can't seem to find them. See FT there, who has somehow miraculously survived that huge raid. And here we are, Team Diana currently getting raided by Team Bedniaga.
Okay, so this is crucial. Bedniaga's beds are actually already been taken out, it seems, possibly by rockets from the Diana base. Diana's base itself is, this is the one we were looking at earlier, commenting on how high quad it was, how good that would be for them to come to raid defense, and now they're in a raid defense. It does seem like it is to be working in their favor, having that much high core, going to make it a lot harder for these rockets to pummel the side. Currently only EXO on the rooftop on the defense, but I'm sure we'll see more Diana teams. Oh yeah, they're on the outside. I was about to say spawning in, but no, they're already making that push. Bed and Yagi, they've taken out the beds, and now they just want to take out the players and maintain control of their base.
Absolutely. They are not letting anyone take that base. Now, you see that high quad come into play, but you can also see that the team that's currently fighting them has not really been hitting all that many rockets. As I was watching the rocket trajectory, it looks like it was hitting the ground before it could actually take out any of the walls. So it looks like definitely some aiming issues, and we see those
two Diana players. Yeah, 2 Diana players have gone down, so that just leaves that one lad left. He's gonna try and make a bit of a run for it and hide, because facing off the entire Yagi squad, looks like Kraken might be pushing in as well. What's gonna go down here could be absolutely crucial. The Diana players are falling. So far, the base isn't falling itself, but there's 17 minutes left. That is enough time to find the Diana TC. If Diana get taken out by Yagi will actually be sitting comfortably in first place.
Definitely. And they are doing such a good job of defending this raid. Diana has taken out all their spawn platforms, all the beds. All it looks like is a couple of the stashes that appear when the boxes are destroyed. So Bedniaga, at the moment that they're down, they're either relying on sleeping bags that they placed around the base, or they're respawning at their own base and having to get over there by themselves. You can see finally the rockets are starting to make some connection with the shooting floor. And it does not look like it's doing all that much damage. That rocket actually goes inside the compound, hitting some of the boxes.
Oof.
That could be also destroying some spawn points. And Diana using their base to the best of their ability, using the peaks that they made beforehand, and obviously defending this raid to the best of their ability.
Could be interesting if one of those rockets get lucky and start destroying some beds, but I bet Bed and Yagi are wishing they brought extra beds themselves, because they've got this platform, but I think their beds were taken out earlier by a rocket, and EXO's still sending rockets out, just going to take the walls down, even removing that cover from Bed and Yagi, but Bed and Yagi still sending rockets in. But
Boom.
Really, they're going to want to make a breach in a specific spot here and make that push in, but
Definitely.
the side of the base being high quad, it could take quite a lot. But I would just focus rockets in one spot and just make that push.
You can see those rockets now making connection. At this point, you need to send someone back. Someone on the Bed and Yagi needs to go back to their home turf. Bring some more bring some more walls, bring some more beds. Do something. Set up something so that the team all of a sudden has the resources to continue this fight. You can see
No
more
way! That is the luckiest rocket I've seen in all of Base Invaders. Chilling on the rooftop trying to sort their gear out, and the rogue rocket comes in and knocks him out.
It almost happened again as well. Oh my
lightning
God.
don't strike twice in the same place, but that was great.
Obviously, Team Diana now trying to take out any of the covers that they get that clear shot. And it looks like VG is now moving in from the other side. You can see the name tags through the walls. Looks like they're coming in on the other side.
VG pushing in too. EXO sending some good shots out on the rooftop.
And so is
got
Kraken
as well. I think everyone's just going to try and take this first spot out. We got 3 teams here. VG coming to counter as well. This could get spicy. And this is all for the first spot. We've got Diana's base. The #1 spot surrounded by 3 teams, looking like they're all out for the Diana TC.
It's going to be one hell of a raid defense. You can see no one going for the Bedniaga base. It's being completely left alone. Kraken has just straight up ignored it and is now focusing Diana.
Yeah, well, though Bedniaga have been here the longest, they've actually probably got the biggest weakness, because we've got the Kraken team and the VG team with beds. Bed and Yagi don't seem to have beds anymore. Like you said, they're probably worth their time getting someone to come from base with more supplies. We might even see that happen, but now we've got Kraken sending rockets into another side of this base.
And you can obviously Ben Yaga, almost all of their cover is gone. They've got one box left. And I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing them use those foundations as cover to hopefully fire more rockets at a better trajectory. And obviously hitting those doors. You can actually see a little bit of a cavity being opened inside of Diana's base. You can see some of those doors, and it looks like it is a huge maze.
Yeah, I mean, Ben and Yagi could risk it all. And now they've got a whole base, they could technically push in. And with Diana distracted from the other two angles, it might be worthwhile. They might be able to take advantage of the fact that Diana are actually completely swamped now. This is the first place team getting pummeled from 3 sides. Gonna completely switch up the scoreboard if the TC gets found. We've got rockets coming from all 3 different teams. Excellent observation here with the 3 different camera angles. Well done, mate.
You can see those rockets hitting everywhere. What is Diana supposed to do? So many different teams. You can hear the rockets connecting. You don't hear anything else other than that boom going up.
Yeah, wait there. This is actually good ASMR. Just give it a second for the ASMR enjoyers. Give it a second.
12 minutes left in raid, and
beautiful, beautiful.
now I wasn't worried before. Now I'm worried for Diana.
Yeah, it's not ASMR for Diana. Like it's not what they want to be hearing right now. Kids coming in the side of their base. Bed and Yagi still without the beds, but still just absolutely pulling the side. Who's going to move in first though? Because each team has now managed to make a hole in the side of Diana's base. But whilst this is going on, we can see Toulouse, whatever they've been up to, they've shot up to 2nd place with points 358. If they find a TC whilst this is going on, and Diana are taken out by Bed and Yagi, for example, that'll actually still be Toulouse on top. So Toulouse vying for 1st place with whatever they're up to. But we're going to stick with this raid for a little while, because this is actually one of the biggest raids we've seen in Base Invaders for a while. This triple attack onto the 1st space spot.
You barely ever see these anymore because most teams have like obviously evened out a little bit because more teams are getting more and more experience. I haven't seen a raid like this in weeks. You can see those rockets hidden, and you can see those peaks getting destroyed. They're getting hit from countless different angles. The TC is going to get visible at some point, and I fear for Diana.
Yeah, what can Diana do? There's just too many teams, too many rockets, too many angles. See, they've actually even breached through the high quality of the shooting floor there. They could take out that turret and make a push in. Big holes in the side of the Diana base. 10 minutes left. It's looking likely that one team is going to find the TC, to be honest, because this base is starting to be in absolute shreds.
You can hear the C4 starting to go off. You can hear the beeps. Kraken inside the base right now. Coco Jamba, who we've seen throughout every single big interaction. We saw him on the hard point. We've seen him farming kills, and now he's inside the base and he's looking for that TC.
Wow.
The base is getting divided into 3s. Like there's a 3rd on 3rd on 3rd because so many different teams are hitting it from so many different angles.
What do you think Diana's comms are like right now?
A lot of screaming. A lot of screaming.
Angles, rockets from 3 different angles, and Coco Jamba side with C4 and stuff as well. This is an absolute nightmare. Oh, Coco Jamba goes down. But Exo taken down as well. Gonna get rezzed, I think. But, you know, that one kill isn't really gonna be to stop the triple rocket attack.
The absolute hell is raining down. You can see through all these different angles. You can see that the rockets are not letting up; they are still hitting, and more teams are pushing more in.
We're going to move in a little bit further now and see, because it looks like quite a few teams are starting to push in through the breaches they've managed to make with that pummel of rockets. Ben and Yagi are inside. Diana, 3 members standing.
They are doing whatever they can to reclaim this base.
Coco Jamba tries to make a move back in, but does get taken down. Diana doing a good job of defending, but then taken down on the rooftop themselves. Ben and Yagi Lemonade making a push up on the side of the compound as well. We got Yo Sobi sending more boom into the base as well. So much high quality in this base. Diana probably expecting to be a target maybe tonight, with the amount of effort they've put into making this base really tough.
Well, I mean, they obviously have been one of the top teams, and I think they've obviously played this event before. So using their knowledge and knowing the fact that the moment that they get ahead, they're going to be a target is definitely, and then making their base accordingly is definitely smart. They're now in core, blowing off a double door. Team Bedniaga.
Yeah, this is like a little bed spawn bedroom area. It could be a spot for the TC, but because you don't always expect to be out in the edges. But whilst there's still triple amounts of rockets getting sent into the side, you got Ben and Yagi exploring a little bit deeper. 1 C4 on that door. Anything behind it? No, that just leads to the outside. So they're going to keep going into the core, but the boom is still going off into this base, still from 3 angles. No one's found Diana's TC yet, but the boom has not let up. No way, VG are here as well.
Somebody's gonna accidentally hit the TC at some point just by the amount of rockets. You can see more and more
7
doors
minutes
being built
left.
now.
But about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less than that, maybe 9 minutes or so. But this base has been pummeled for so long. No one's found the TC just yet, but as soon as they do, you might be able to see this first spot taken out. Diana's name, is it about to turn red?
Diana just needs to hold out for 6 more minutes, but I don't think they can. I think almost all their spawn points are destroyed. Almost all the boxes are gone. They're almost all out of kits. They're just common bodies at this point, and you can hear all that C4 beeping, and you know it's going to go off, and you know that the TC is going to be found.
Ben and Yagi sending the C4 off into more and more doors for it way through this snake pit, this winding corridor maze. Then they are looking like they might be at the forefront of all the teams that are attacking this base to find the TC, unless it is in the random side area and one random stray rocket's going to find it. That is also what might happen.
And Diana goes down,
eliminated by Ben and... Wow, okay, so they've taken out the top spot and they are now tied for first place with Toulouse on 379 points.
Looks like all the boom, and it's quiet again. There has been no end. Here comes the AKs. It was peaceful for a moment. But now it's going to be interesting to see who they go for next. You can already see 2 more red bubbles have popped up. It looks like Cosmos and Toulouse are not.
Yeah, well, this means quite a lot. If Toulouse have been defending this for a while, there might be some points on the board for them. Looks like QWERTY is actually inside Toulouse's base.
FSB
eliminated by GG, and GG take the first spot at 393. No way. So
they
Toulouse
made the right
look
call
to get a TC. Oh, this 390. That's only 9 points ahead of Toulouse. Toulouse could even catch up with kills, but currently it looks like Cosmos and QWERTY are up in their grill. QWERTY, one of the QWERTY players, still inside their base. Could get lucky before they're taken down, but they do get 1 kill. Ideally, it gets a kill on now 64 HP. We're going to see Glee try and find him and kill him.
See if QWERTY can find that TC, because if QWERTY does find this TC and they eliminate Toulouse, all of a sudden GG now has that better lead.
And Forgive Me does come out on top, does actually get the kill. Taking down the QWERTY player that was up in their grill. Going to get the res off as well on Glee. Looking pretty comfortable for a second.
We see a raid starting to develop on, not even starting to develop, it has been happening on Lenonok.
I wonder if GG are going to do another raid, because GG just shot ahead by finding that TC there. Now they're in first spot. If they want to keep that first spot, can they get 1 more raid in the last 4 minutes, or will it just be a matter of kills between them and Toulouse?
They are starting to lose that lead. They are only 4 points out now. Here's Team GGG's base, and you can see them
They're
in a
flying out.
scrappy.
Yeah, they're flying out. They're going out. Follow that scrappy. Follow that scrappy.
Looks like they're going to take.
The Nina knock. Are they going to land on the roof? They're going to set a spawn point out. Yep, we got White X up ahead. Is it going to be a spawn point? Is it going to be a rooftop? I think White X with the horse coming in hot with the horse. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. The raid getting started from horseback. What can GG's
Can
do?
he do it? At this point, you just want to farm those kills. GGG ahead only by 3 points.
Bastards player there as well, though.
You
The
can see
Lena
mini
knock.
bomb. You can see GGG up there on the mini bomb.
What's
Passing
Aslan
right
gonna
over, hitting a
do?
little bit of a 180. It looks like he's going to go and try and land with his team. Probably set up that raid platform.
Oh, we've got DD and White X. White X out on top, though. The heli bomb does come in. Aslan makes a land inside. There's 2 minutes 53 seconds left. Can the G's get a last TC before the time runs out? The Neonox base is already torn apart a little bit, but not too much. Chances are the TC is a little bit deeper than 3 minutes will allow, but they're going to give it their all and just blast in the side somewhere, trying to make a move in, but time is running out. It's 2.5 minutes now. As I'm talking, time is already just slipping away out of their hands.
GGG only ahead by 3 points. But that could definitely come into play. Toulouse could just win by PvP points. All you need to do is get set up a good angle and start farming the team. You can see GGG doing whatever they can, finding the highest popularity, shooting that shooting floor, doing whatever they can to get those PvP points. Only ahead by 2 points now.
Yeah, Toulouse hot on the tail just with kills.
And
Cosmos were
Toulouse
the team
goes
pushing
into
in at
first
Toulouse.
place.
Yeah, they're just getting there on kills, I think. Well, that's probably the defense. They might have shot ahead a little bit there with defense. I'm not sure, but Cosmos were up in Toulouse's grill earlier on, and now Toulouse are up in Cosmos' base.
Toulouse has 1 minute and 40 seconds to find that TC.
It's possible. I mean, it's definitely possible. They could be near it, but it's going to be difficult. One drops down. Toulouse getting the kill. They're going to keep on booming now, hopefully. Wish them all the best in finding this TC, but the time is about to wrap up. One player does fall. Toulouse going to trade out, though. Still Toulouse alive inside the core of this base.
He's not missing. He's farming up those PvP points. Drop down. Cosmos kills.
And there's a Rust graphics moment for you as Cosmos come out on top.
Body.
Leaving Toulouse dangling by his neck.
1 minute of play left.
Well, Toulouse got a good couple of kills, ended up on 407 points before being taken out. GG's going to try and catch up. Don't think a TC is going to be found for any of these final top 2 teams in this last minute. Bedenyagi base was being raided, but there's no one here right second.
Doesn't look like there's anybody here. What just happened?
Maybe someone killed themselves with boom. I have no idea, but VG's Bedenyagi are over at VG's base. So they're looking to get a last-minute TC. I mean, if they did, they would actually secure first place, but there's only 23 seconds left. I mean, may as well see if they strike gold in this 18 second left of the raid phase. It's been a pleasure, everybody. The top spot could still be stolen by a couple kills of GG's. But I think with 7 seconds, this will not be a TC find.
No, sir. That is GG. Toulouse is our winner of EU 5v5 Base Invaders, sponsored by Rustoria. They're sponsored by Rusty Pod, and that is GG. Of course, multiple G's, who was in second place, fought long and hard, but Toulouse just came out thanks to that raid defense and PvP points.
Yeah, really good constant PvP from Toulouse. That's like where you can see that consistency can pay off. They were just always doing something, even in the attack phase or out with the helis, always doing the PvP, getting as many raids in as could. They managed to get 2 raids altogether. A lot of their points coming from raid defenses, though. Probably quite a few people out for them. Managed to come out on top. Some really good raids tonight. Some excellent clips, I think. So thanks a lot to our observer. Cheers, Griffin. It's been a pleasure casting with you. And
absolutely. And all right.
Yeah, that's us. So have a good night, everybody. And we'll be back later on tonight with